Every year, I get messages into the hotel inspector inbox.
Oh, my God.
But this year, there are unprecedented numbers.
Wish I was staying in one of the holiday parks.
From businesses of all sorts up and down the land.
It's an awful job, really, when you look at it.
People are more desperate than they've ever been before. You don't have a pension. You don't have savings.
No.
Spiralling costs. That's an extra 70k a year that you need to find.
Yeah.
Staff shortages.
You look knackered.
I do up to about 100 hours a week.
She's pushing me to the edge.
Impossible guests.
That woman's been awful. She's told us to shut up.
These businesses are telling me that they're facing imminent closure.
You have got to make hay while the sun shines. We don't want to lose this.
Everything from hotels and B&Bs
What fresh hell is this?
to glamping and camping sites,
So far, so unexceptional.
high street boozers
Oh, my God in heaven.
and roadside cafes.
There's a sweet odour of horse manure.
For many of these businesses, it's just too late. You've got 5 months.
Yes.
It's a really terrifying situation to be in.
Everything's at stake. It's our last chance.
But there are some that I believe I can rescue. This time, I'm revisiting a Hollywood-themed hotel.
It doesn't quite match with its name, Hotel Celebrity.
A Bournemouth business that lacked any of the glamour.
I mean, that is enough to scare a child.
We must have spent close on to £1 million doing the place up.
I'm Danny Zuko.
Hi, Danny.
9 years on, I'm returning to see if this star-studded hotel has put fame ahead of fortune.
He's working, but he's working with effort.
We've ploughed an awful lot of money in.
How has Ken invested 350 grand? Doing what?
But will owner Ken's latest venture be his curtain call?
We all believe that we are going to live forever until bang. 3 things so: sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
In 2014, I met Ken Robbins.
And we didn't want to do sex or drugs, so we wanted rock and roll, so like celebrity-themed hotel.
Owner of the 55-bed Hotel Celebrity.
This particular phone box was used by a lot of quite famous people. The whole thing cost me about £4,000.
In 2010, this hotel showrunner started redesigning the building with its own special theme.
Every bedroom is named after a star. There are only 3 hotels in the world that have gone down the same path we have. There's one in Hollywood, there's one in Singapore, and there's ourselves.
In Bournemouth,
When I first came to Bournemouth to the Hotel Celebrity 9 years ago, I was expecting a hotel that rather more lived up to its name.
Where you have breakfast is obviously themed on love-themed films. So we got everything from Gone with the Wind through to Shrek the Third. Ken Dodd, of course, comes here every year.
helping out in the kitchen was Ken's wife, Rona.
I can smell 2 big melons. Sorry, I'm really naughty.
And we married when you were 19.
19. I don't do anything from the receptions or anything because he likes it to be in the kitchen, that's the problem.
Trusted with the front of house was manager Roberto.
Hotel Celebrity is a crazy place. There's so much going on. That is 240 and 244. So you have the Michael Caine and Sylvester Stallone.
Ken and his manager, Roberto, had very differing ideas of how to style the rooms, which were, to say the least, I thought tacky.
I would say Roberto and I are chalk and cheese. I'm the accountant, yeah? I'm the paperwork guy.
I don't want to say his job is boring, but it is.
My fun relief, if you like, is the theming of the hotel.
Sometimes he chooses people that nobody knows of.
Ken and Rona, despite investing heavily, were desperate to find a way to improve the customer experience without having to increase the room rates.
A sensible businessman would not buy a hotel in Bournemouth. Failure rates are high, profits are low. There's only 2 hotels on this road that haven't gone bust in the last 5 years.
And so, 9 years ago, I was called upon to help Ken keep his doors open.
I don't think it'll be any surprise to hear that I'm not an enormous fan of the themed hotel. But I should reserve judgment until I get there.
If we get it wrong, we lose everything. It's very important we get it right.
It's not a very glamorous building. It doesn't quite match with its name, Hotel Celebrity. This clearly isn't a celebrity hangout. Hi, I'm Alex Polizzi.
I'm Roberto, nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you, and I'm checking in.
Yeah, well, you would have Ken Dodd room.
Will I?
Yes, you will.
With room prices as low as £28 per night.
It's basically a working people's hotel, working people's rates, and what we offer is the kind of things that working people want.
I'm hoping my room's not been cleaned with Ken's tickle stick.
Thank you.
Okay.
Gosh, well, this is actually a really nice room. It's very bright. Is this your nicest room?
This is our superior room, yes.
But honestly, I mean, that is enough to scare a child, that picture. Give a child nightmares. It would give me nightmares. OK, if you're happy for me to, I'd love to look at 3 or 4 other rooms. And if there's a room I prefer that's empty, I'll let you know and we'll swap over. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Bye.
bye.
So, I checked Alex in.
My favourite room would be the Ken Dodd room.
I think it's one thing having Sophia Loren staring down at you, but, you know, Ken Dodd, well, he's not really my cup of tea.
He was a bit, I don't know, not really keen, I suppose, on the Ken Dodds. I would have put it in Lady Gaga's room.
Well, I'm sure that Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt, were they aware of this homage to their careers to date, would be thrilled to be here represented in this manner, in these glamorous surroundings. I just don't get it. The money spent on posters could have been put to better use, as far as I'm concerned.
Celebrity Hotel is a bit of an escapism for Ken. I think he found something to entertain himself with.
I just leave him what he wanted to do, because then it gives him something to do while he's not in his paperwork.
With one more room to look at, I'm hoping that Ziggy might provide the stardust.
Ah, so this is done to the Ken Dodd standard. This is just as nice as my room, with the enormous bonus of not having Ken Dodd looking down on me. I think, given the option, I know who I'd rather spend a night with.
Next, I want to check out the Casablanca lounge.
I really don't like this room. I hate the furniture, which is all clumpy. I hate the lighting. This isn't a room I'd choose to sit in. The theming has failed. Let's have a look at the menu. There's nothing here that adds into the kind of celebrity identity, which seems like an obvious mistake. This is one place where you could quite easily shoehorn in some celebrity references. And a definite mismatch with the style of the restaurant, which is certainly, I'm sure, supposed to be pretty glamorous.
If Alex comes in and says, actually, I don't like the concept of celebrity theming, scrap the whole thing, then we basically are going to go nowhere.
Good afternoon, Hotel Celebrity. Roberto speaking. How may I help you?
I'm in Bournemouth,
Okay, we have Sophia Loren, or alternatively, Johnny Cash.
where manager Roberto and owner Ken are running a 55-room Hollywood-themed hotel.
They've embarked on this weird and wacky project of putting pop stars' names on rooms. Gosh, hip-hop and rap, the whole genres, only get one room between them. And there's too much room stock for me to make a significant difference, so I'm going to steer well clear of that.
But this hotel's stars are on different pages when it comes to styling their showbiz-inspired business.
I mean, he came up with some ideas of wallpaper that were pink and silver, and they were weird, honestly, and I like weird, you know, so if I didn't like them, it's because they were very, very weird.
Personally, I wouldn't like to have this kind of colors, which I've already told him that, but he's determined to do that kind of color, so
As part of their stay, guests are offered a full buffet breakfast.
I do like to have a good crack of eggs, actually, especially when I'm angry. Does it turn you on?
Alex probably, she's more of sort of scrambled eggs and salmon girl. So I don't know if she liked, our, eat as much as like. She's very slim, so probably she looks after her figure, so she wouldn't go probably for the fried eggs.
It's not often I'm reduced to toast, but I think this might be the occasion.
It's all self-service. We offer the normal cereals and what have you, fruit, a full cooked breakfast, toast.
Oh my goodness. What happened to this piece of toast?
It's not a luxury breakfast.
It's a bit cold and miserable as a breakfast room. I'm not madly keen on it. I always think breakfast is the last meal people have before they leave, and you want to give a good impression. It's adequate, that's all.
With breakfast leaving me famished, I'm hungry for answers.
So you spent a lot of money on the theming, I know.
About 60,000 all told.
And how much have you spent overall, would you say?
We must have spent close on to £1 million in terms of doing the place up. I've spent more on the hotel since I bought it than I paid for it.
Having found out how much investment Ken has put into the business, I'm proposing some changes in the bid to inject more profit into the hotel.
I think of celebrity as being your identity rather than a theme. I think themes are a bit naff, but I think it's good to have an identity, and it's good to have something to make you stand out from the crowd. Everything I want to do is about it being both fun and sexy. Honestly, if it were my place, I would bring a touch of Hollywood to Bournemouth. I would have, pink flamingos and plastic palm trees, and show that it's a laugh. I mean, it's obviously not to be taken seriously. You can afford to just be a bit playful, I think. So that you're being ironic about it.
Yeah, that's important.
I think so.
Back inside the restaurant, there's also more fun to be had with the menu.
I'd love to see a steak Winslet on the menu, or Uma Thermidor, or, any of the other silly names that one might come up with. We know it's got proven track record, that kind of thing. Hard Rock Cafe, Planet Hollywood, they all work. And they work because it's it's that playful concept.
And in order to tempt in more trade, my team and I will revamp the Divas space.
What I'd love to do, if you allow me to, is to take that on as my part of the project and make it a really fun, glamorous place to eat.
We've got some practical things to go through, but...
Quite a few, I imagine.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good.
Ken is very quiet, so I don't really know what's going on in his brain at the moment. I'm sure he's listening, and something will be done.
Despite Ken's apprehension, my advice seems to have sunk in, as Ken and Roberto have arranged a focus group to help inspire more fun across the hotel.
So our offer is a celebrity hotel, something that maybe is related with our identity. Is there anything that you wanted us to offer and we didn't?
You don't have, in the rooms, you don't have toiletries as such. You've got anonymous squeeze bottle, general shower, shampoo stuff. I don't see why you cannot produce your own brand name.
Okay, so branding in the toiletries, okay, that's something that we can look at.
I've just got to make him see this hotel as I see it and as guests might see it. And I think he's so close to the coalface, it's that typical thing, that he can't see it clearly anymore.
Theme weekends or theme nights to sort of cater for stars, celebrities, pop groups or whatever. That might be another way.
So it's a social event.
That's right, that's it. I mean, the 40s and 20s are now taking off again.
With guests offering up ideas for the bedrooms and the hotel's branding, it's up to Ken and Roberto to try and inject some much-needed celebrity glamour into the new dinner menu.
So we've got the names of all the stars in the rooms and the dishes, so we've got to look at. Right. So who do we fancy as a steak man? Alex wanted a more fun approach. We've got Willis, Schwarzenegger, Stallone. I don't want to do a pun on names. Willis steak? Lots of blood. He's always got lots of blood on his T-shirt, hasn't he? Sausage and mash has got to be Michael Caine.
Why?
Eh? He's a London boy, isn't he? If the pun was funny, it would work. A Steven Spielberger is not a clever pun. It's simply using a similar linked name. Lawrence Arabia's shepherd's pie, because he was in the Middle East and he's too hot for cows, so they have sheep.
Ken is quite a serious man, and I'm not entirely sure that that sense of fun is innate to him. He's made an enormous effort to decorate this hotel with posters and with memorabilia, and yet there's not much light-heartedness here.
Eddie Murphy, what do we associate with Eddie Murphy? Something spicy.
Most of them, I cannot personally see the connection. I would have liked to be something more, you know, tongue-in-cheek humor. Dolly Parton, breast of chicken.
No.
No?
And what you don't want to do is upset a fan by making fun of the person they, you know.
Oh, well, I don't think they would get upset. Would you? I think he's taking things too seriously.
Fish and chips. Who's fishy?
I don't know what is Ken's ideas.
This owner and manager clearly have different views on how to give the business some more sparkle. I think Ken has very specific ideas of how he likes things done. For it to be better, he has to think bigger.
Because the decision comes from him, it's like coming from God.
It's difficult for me to agree to something I don't want to agree to.
So I'm heading back to Bournemouth to help them agree on a new bar offering worthy of the red carpet. I think cocktails are a really easy way for them to inject fun. They already have all the ingredients. They have a bar. They have Roberto, who's perfectly capable of mixing up a basic cocktail. I've drafted in the UK Bartender of the Year, James Fowler, to provide a bit of showbiz fizz.
So I think we should kind of make a signature cocktail for the,
Yes.
for the hotel.
Yeah.
I guess firstly, I want to know what drinks you like to drink yourself, because we can get your personality into the drinks.
Yeah, it needs to be fruity, sweet.
Okay.
It needs to be sexy, yeah?
I think the idea of having the hotel celebrity, it could be a little bit more kit.
Shake it a bit.
Yeah.
Just going to combine it all together.
The Tom Cruise moment. It looks lovely. It's quite exciting.
It's interesting watching them.
It's delicious.
It'll be a lovely drink that you can offer to people on arrival.
That is, I can see working very well even for girls before hitting town. So we can just suggest that.
I don't include the hotel name into it, so it's adding a lot more kind of
Yes.
celebrity fizz, celebrity sparkles.
I quite like the celebrity fizz.
Yeah.
So in terms of getting some theatre into your serves, you can take
You've got
this
some great gear, darling.
and then you can just kind of waft it up, and then they just get it.
Oh my God.
That little bit
It's
of
amazing. With a sparkly cocktail created, I want the boys to show off the hotel's new identity and host a film night. My idea being that we could show a movie on a big screen. What would be nice to do is then to theme it up to the max. The main points for me is that you remember what we've been talking about today and that it's that sense of fun and playfulness.
Yeah?
Yeah?
Done.
Good. With my team making progress in the restaurant before the big night, there's still the small matter of deciding on what film to show.
The three requirements are: it's got to be intergenerational, it's got to have audience participation, it's got to be fun.
Right.
What about a stage show like Les Miserables, something like that?
Nah. I think probably a musical it would be the answer, because then you get the film, but then you get the sing-along, so people are gonna just stand up and do things.
What's that? Grease. Everybody knows the songs.
Well, Ken had a good idea. Yeah, I was shocked.
With Ken finally embracing the spirit of fun, I'm excited to see how far he's willing to take it.
I was thinking of a drag act.
Nice to see you.
How are you?
It's my final visit to Bournemouth.
Gosh, this looks very different.
Yeah, it does.
It looks fantastic. I thought this was such a miserable room to have breakfast in. This wasn't on the cards.
No, I know, but that, you know, Ken, when he starts, I mean, sometimes needs a little bit push to change things. And I think you created a monster, because at some point I was like, can you just stop?
The man himself. Hello. Hi, darling. I'm so impressed.
Well, we thought we'd have a go.
I really think you've done a really good job, doll. I take my hat off to you. Should we go and look at the restaurant?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it's nice.
So let's go and look together.
What was once a mismatched space with bad lighting and clumpy furniture, the Diva restaurant has now been transformed and combined with the Casablanca lounge.
I stay in a lot of three-star hotels, and I don't stay anywhere as nice as this.
And the objective that we asked you met of making sure that we've achieved this without actually having to change our rate.
I do like the banquette.
And the mirrors are really nice.
Good, I'm
They're
glad
really-
you're pleased.
Yeah, they're really good, fun.
I'm glad you mentioned the word fun, because that was a lot of what we talked about, was how to inject fun into this. Well, Ken is a much happier, more relaxed man this time round than when I last saw him. Maybe it's just that he trusts me more. I think he sees the point of what I was saying. He himself says that he just needed a kick up the bottom. And I'm glad I could provide that for him.
With a few hours to go before the Greece-themed night begins...
Anything else you want me to do for you?
Well, we need to hoover.
Yes, I can hoover. I can hoover.
Rona is busy preparing the new-look celebrity menu.
Hopefully, we will do more of this in the future. Cross the fingers that we can have more parties to come. And Ken's quite good in dancing, so yeah, he might dance.
While Ken and Roberto are rushing to get things ready, I'm hoping this will be the first of many special summer nights.
Oh, look at you two. You look great.
You must be Alex.
I am.
Hi, I'm Danny Zuko.
Hi, Danny. God.
A lot of pink ladies tonight.
Takes you out of your normal life. You end up wearing a silly wig.
With the guest compere preparing to wow the crowd, Ken's leaving nothing to chance.
And microphone, have you got? Or do you
I've
need-
got one up there, yeah.
Oh, you've tested it?
I tested it, yeah.
Good man. Yeah.
Come on.
I'll take it.
Allegedly.
Even Rona has been let out of the kitchen to join in the fun.
Hey, you look good.
Just against wait.
Hi, darling. How are you? How are you? Are you pleased with everything? Yes?
Very much, yeah.
Good. Ken has done such a good job. Ken and Roberto.
I'm here.
With the film underway, there's just the new celebrity-themed food and cocktail menu to check.
Each of our dish is tongue-in-cheek named after one of our celebrity-themed rooms. Jude Law's soup.
I researched all that on the internet, and I picked out what they'd said about food, and then we tied those up to the menu choices.
Sinatra's beef lasagna.
Yeah.
Old Blue Eyes like beef lasagna, did he? Oh. Let's talk about your cocktail menu. What have you made me here?
It's our Cosmopolitan.
It's a Snoop Dogg's Cosmopolitan. Mm. Yummy. When did you launch that?
We launched that last week.
This would work for me. Well done.
There you are.
Honestly, darling, this does look so much nicer.
The entertainment is going down equally well.
The title of the hotel, Celebrity, it should be a bit fun.
Nothing like this around Bournemouth. We've been out to quite a few nights out being students, and this is completely unique.
It was nice watching Roberto making a fool of himself with Sheila. That was fun. He's got more balls than I have.
I think Ken has really got the idea of having fun here. It's all very well being earnest, you know, with enormous goodwill towards his guests, but he wants to add an element of glamour to Bournemouth. and he needed to work harder at that. I think he's definitely shown me he is.
There's no harm in having a little bit more of an outgoing decor, a little bit more of an outgoing approach, and it's something I'm being pulled along with, yeah.
18 months later, I made my first revisit to Hotel Celebrity.
Good afternoon, Hotel Celebrity. Roberto speaking. How may I help you?
I'm really keen to find out if the celebrity-themed restaurant is still going strong.
They like to eat Johnny Depp a lot, the ladies.
But most of all, I want to see if there's an element of fun in this place.
After proving themed nights were a hit, I felt there was more they could offer to their customer base.
So I've been thinking about what I could do to improve your already very good occupancy, and if I had another idea to throw into the hat. I know that Bournemouth has a thriving stag and hens market. I've invited reps round who actually book parties for large groups of men and women. I'd love you to show them around the hotel, sell it to them, and then I've got a little group of hens too to come and try out your cocktail.
Okay.
Good practicing.
I just think we need to do whatever we can to attract some of this business here. I think the reps are going to be pleasantly surprised by how much they can get for their money in this hotel. I think this is a stag or hen's dream. Matt, Kate. Hi, Dar. I wanted to introduce you to Ken, who's the owner of the hotel.
Hi, Ken. Nice to meet you.
And Roberto,
Hi.
who is the hotel manager.
Hi, Roberto. Lovely to meet you.
To convince you that this is somewhere perfect to have stag and hen do's, I'm going to encourage Roberto to show them around.
Super.
Yeah,
Great.
great.
Thank you, guys.
Securing a place on the rep's radar could significantly boost revenue at the hotel, so Roberto is under the spotlight.
That's our Hollywood suite. What do you make of the venue? Do you like it?
Yeah, this is great space, yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a lot you could do with this, with
Yeah.
parties, very much so, yeah.
He's a very personable guy,
He's a
Roberto, isn't
very
he?
personable guy, and he obviously loves his new,
Role.
more responsible role.
Which is the most popular room?
Well, let's see how he manages this one.
Well, David Bowie is really, really popular.
Oh, yeah, of course,
very
yeah.
popular.
It's a lovely bright room and perfect for ladies getting ready for their hen parties.
As the fun-hungry hens arrive downstairs, it's down to Roberto to prove to the reps he can put on a good show.
Ladies! First of all, ladies, this is Ken. He's the owner of the hotel. Roberto is the manager.
Hi, girls.
What I'm hoping to find out is, what you think of this as a hen venue.
With introductions out of the way, it's Roberto's time to shine.
First of all, who's the hand here? Okay, well, I got that from this here, so I'll make sure that your cocktail is stronger than the others, all right?
And I'm making a vote for anything with vodka in it.
It's a mojito with a twist.
Have Roberto and Ken done enough to secure a section of Bournemouth's lucrative stag and hen market?
Do you think that this hotel could tap into the stag and hen market?
Definitely. This hotel has everything that stag and hen groups look for. It's clean, it's tidy, it's well managed by Roberto. He seems a great, friendly guy.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this hotel can offer, say, food, bed and breakfast to hen parties, but it actually could offer a huge amount more. It could offer, in essence, the whole hen party experience.
Thank you so much, both of you. Really appreciate your time. Thanks. I think it's gone incredibly well today. Ken and Roberto are pretty impressive as a double act, and that's evidenced by how enthusiastically our test group have embraced the hotel celebrity.
When Alex told us there were some hens waiting for me for some cocktail making, I was a bit nervous because I wasn't expecting it to happen, but it was nice.
He's a very bubbly person. Reminds me of my wife, so yeah, it was great to see her.
Every change they've made since my last visit is very positive. I wish them every luck in the world. They deserve it.
But when I return for my next visit, I find Ken's on borrowed time.
We all believe that we are going to live forever until bang.
Good morning, Hotel Celebrity. Roberto speaking. How may I help you?
It's been 7 years since I was last here,
And what kind of room are you looking for?
and I'm really looking forward to seeing whether Ken and Roberto have continued on the journey that we started together.
Business at the Celebrity is going really well.
It's great to have somebody in charge you can trust. You know, somebody you know, and somebody who's a professional.
Come on, keep going.
Write your CV now, shall
Say
I?
again.
Yeah.
Let me record this.
You can see year on year, we see our revenues increasing.
Hotel Celebrity is thriving, and the theme nights I introduced have done wonders for revenue. But 2 years ago, Ken took a big risk in taking over management of a second hotel, The Grove.
Do you know, I do like this building. It's a beautiful building.
The 30-bedroom property is located a stone's throw away from Hotel Celebrity.
You don't really hear anything. It's quiet.
I've heard that the new hotel is very unlike Hotel Celebrity and could possibly do with a little bit of inspiration.
I would say that Hotel Celebrity and The Grove is working, but it's working with effort. It would be maybe impossible to make this place profitable on its own.
Doubling hotels does not mean doubling profitability. I'm very concerned that they now risk losing 2 hotels rather than only 1.
And despite investing £350,000 into this new venture, Ken's journey as a hotelier is sadly coming to a close.
Obviously, Ken is on borrowed times, if you like.
Yeah. The only blot on the horizon is my terminal cancer diagnosis.
But Ken is determined to make The Grove his swan song.
We all believe that we are gonna live forever until bang. My heart says, go for it, mate. It's your last project, your last big thing.
I hope I'm returning in time to help with the new venture. But first, time to check in on the Celebrity.
Well, the hotel looks a lot better grey than it did red. I'm glad I've got my tetanus shots up to date. Good morning, Roberto.
Good morning. Hello.
How are you,
I'm
darling?
very well. How are you?
So nice to see
Lovely
you.
to see you.
How's everything going?
So the last few years have been really challenging.
Darling, I mean, the hospitality industry in general has really suffered. So how busy are you here? Have you
We're busy, but in order to do that, we have to change the way we operate to make
Yes.
this place successful.
Viable.
And then, obviously, we have another place as well. So it's not just Hotel Celebrity.
And you're running both.
Yes, of course.
Have Ken and Rona continued to invest?
They certainly have.
Yeah.
Whatever is left from Rona's shoes then gets invested here.
Where's the money gone? In bedrooms?
Bedrooms, yes. We've done quite a few rooms now. They are
Does
being
Ken Dodd
refurbished.
still exist?
Ken Dodd is still there and he's still
beloved.
strong. Still
Oh
one
my
of our
God.
best rooms.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I mean, you amaze me. So can I have a look at some of the bedrooms?
Sure, of course you can.
It's clear money has been spent revamping the ground floor since my last visit, but some things haven't changed.
Well, it's about as glamorous as I remember it, which is not very. I'm amazed that this is still one of the most popular rooms. What is there to say about this room, except I really never want to sleep with Ken Dodd again.
I'm hopeful one of the new refurbished rooms,
Jackie Chan,
will be more to my taste.
Well, it's pretty plain compared to some of the other rooms. Obviously, freshly decorated. Not quite enough Jackie for me. I'd rather a bit more Jackie, a bit less Ken. I know who I'd rather lie under.
Having had to drop the room rates to as low as £39 a night in the off-season, Roberto has found alternative ways to make the hotel additional income.
So tell me what you're doing.
We're selling standard double rooms on a room-only rate. That seems to be the most attractive to the public in this climate. And
Yeah.
then it's up to us and our charms to upsell breakfast, an upgrade to a refurbished room, a late checkout.
Every pound counts, doesn't it?
Certainly, yes.
So, how far away is the Grove?
All I can tell you is 21 seconds.
Amazing. So will you show me where to go?
Shall we? Of course.
Yes,
Let's
please,
go.
darling.
You come with me.
Upselling extras pulls in at least an additional £2,000 a month at Celebrity, which has been turning a profit. But the new hotel is currently only just breaking even, and that could spell disaster.
Gosh, well, this is quite different from the Hotel Celebrity.
Yes, old-fashioned, glamorous.
An air of faded grandeur, maybe?
Yes.
It's like chalk and cheese.
Yes, there's definitely chalk and cheese.
Shall we?
Yeah, of course.
Having heard about the huge investment ploughed into the project already...
Ooh, well, OK. Very different.
I'm keen to see where the money has been spent.
Gosh, it's very, very plain, isn't it? It's a completely blank canvas. It's got no personality at all.
Maybe you just got too used with the Celebrity.
Well, maybe, but not even a colour or a... I don't know, I'm disappointed a bit.
Are you?
A bit, because it's such a pretty building.
Yeah.
How has Ken invested 350 grand? Doing what?
I didn't want to offend Roberto, but this place is like an old people's home. I think it's a bit of a shame that they haven't put some kind of stamp on this place. He has to give it a personality. He has to give people a reason to choose to come here rather than anywhere else. I think I've seen enough. Hello, darling. How are you?
In Bournemouth, I've been struggling to see where Ken and Rona have spent over £300,000.
Oh, hello, beautiful. So nice to see you all again. I'm really happy to be back.
Time to reveal my thoughts on where they could be focusing their efforts to get the Grove profitable.
Are you happy with how it's performing at the moment?
We've ploughed an awful lot of money in.
Yeah.
But it does require a large amount of input.
Yeah.
And it's whether I will be physically capable of that input.
Because I have a little plan up my sleeve from this afternoon.
OK.
I wanted to suggest that we looked at doing a cream tea here. Because of this conservatory and because of your garden, I thought that you might be able to not only have residents in here, but also you might be able to tempt locals in. I mean, you can just see it being wall-to-wall cream teas in the summer, can't you?
With ingredients totalling as little as £1.20 per person, selling a cream tea for a modest £6 per head returns a healthy gross profit of 80%.
No one would expect a cream tea for less than £6, would they? It seems like an absolute no-brainer. With that in mind, I may have arranged for a group of ladies to come and try and do cream tea here in the conservatory.
A really good idea.
Leading on to the second thing, I had a brief look at your rooms. I do think that you're hiding your lights under a bushel because the rooms are lovely, but they feel very, very bland. So I have bought some options, and therefore I thought if we did it together, then you could see what option you like best. So will you do it with me?
Yes.
Yay! So, Roberto, if you don't mind, I will ask you to take charge of the cream teas, and then you and I, in the meantime, can go up and start primping a room.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Okay, let's do that.
Good.
While Roberto starts prepping the cream teas,
So,
Rona and I hope to transform one of their conservative bedrooms upstairs.
I thought we could try and just add a bit of colour and pattern to this room.
I agree. If you don't inject any colours, it will just look like a nursing home.
A nursing home.
If people want to put jam first, cream after, is, you know, we're very liberal. But I'm mixing at the moment. Hopefully they're not going to be too upset.
With so much personality in their first hotel, it is sorely lacking here.
If you put your pillow up like this,
just adding some new soft furnishings and pictures will transform these bland rooms.
then the options for bedspreads I've got are that, or this. What do you like?
I think with this one.
I love that too. I'm so pleased.
With our transformation taking shape, in the kitchen, Roberto is struggling to control his condiments.
Oh my goodness, I'm losing it. I'm really making a mess of this.
How high? Would that be about right?
No, put it up a little bit.
Like that?
That looks quite nice.
I think that looks nice too.
By accenting a colour and adding print and texture, you can create a stylish room with a tight budget.
I think that looks a lot better. Much more elegant.
So for less than 150 quid, for 30 rooms, if you decide to do that,
yeah,
that's £4,000. I mean, it's nothing, is it, really, in the great scheme of things?
Yeah.
But with Ken's illness having a huge impact on Rona's future, I want to know how she feels about this latest project at the Grove.
So, darling, how do you feel about keeping this on?
I'm very, very nervous about it because I wouldn't know how to do the hotel without him.
It is a tough decision, but, you know, he's determined to give it a go for the next 2 years. I think we've got to give it the best chance possible.
We'll get there. In the end.
We'll
see.
OK.
3 p.m. and time for tea. The local WI group I have invited are arriving in the conservatory.
Yes.
With a massive 80% gross profit, offering group events like this is an easy way for the hotel to make extra cash from tourists and locals.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you. Some tea for me.
Ken and Rona and Roberto have taken this over fairly recently, and we're just trying to think of ways to attract people here who aren't residents. I wanted to ask you about pricing, what you thought about £6 for that. Is that about right?
That's right, I think.
About right.
Good. One of the best about.
Everyone seems very happy. It's a really nice room to have cream tea in. I think there's possibilities.
A nice way maybe to finish off this evening, perhaps, is to celebrate the launch of this new adventure with a little bit of bubbly, maybe?
Yes, like
Good. Well, lovely.
Adding on optional extras like a glass of bubbles to a package also means more profit. Every pound counts when you're struggling to make money.
And it's an ideal location.
They all said that just looking out on the garden was lovely.
And it's beautiful, it really is. The best deal cream tea in Bournemouth.
Seeing Alex has been fantastic.
Cheers, ladies. Cheers, darlings. So nice to see you.
She gave us a gentle but firm kick at the butt side.
Somebody coming in from outside gives you suggestions you hadn't thought of yourself. It's very positive. I would like to keep the hotel, and I think obviously the more successful it is, the easier it is to go for it.
It has been so nice to see Ken, Rona and Roberto again. I'm really happy to see this new venture of theirs. And the truth is, they have between them all the skills necessary to make a hospitality venture a success.
And Alex is back next Thursday at 9. You'll be blown away by the service and style, but wait until you see the room rates at the world's most expensive hotels. Stream now on My5. From stirring up a diplomatic incident in Argentina to punching Piers Morgan, Jeremy Clarkson. Outrageous behaviour. Tomorrow at 10.